bill has already failed to advance in the Senate 13 times. Democrats maintain they want a measure to include an extension of Affordable Care Act subsidies to prevent millions of Americans' health care premiums from surging.
Donald Trump promised to bring people's prices down. He's done the exact opposite. He should come to the table and negotiate with us to help people through this health care nightmare.
New Jersey Senator Cory Booker. Republicans are calling on Democrats to vote for the short-term bill to reopen the government, then negotiate on health care.
They know that they're causing pain on the American people. They admit that there is suffering, but they're doing it for leverage.
House Majority Leader Steve Scalise. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Well, federal workers remain unpaid, even those who keep working in this shutdown. Millions of Americans who get food stamp assistance won't get it starting this weekend. For the second time this year, the Federal Reserve has made a quarter-point interest rate cut, but with the government still shut down, limiting the data on inflation and hiring and unemployment, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell says
a further reduction in the policy rate at the December meeting is not a foregone conclusion.
That got a mixed reaction on Wall Street. Dow futures have been down the day after a 74-point drop, but they've been rising for the NASDAQ the day after a record-high NASDAQ close again. At baseball's World Series, the Blue Jays make history.
Here he comes, off and going Game 5 with a fastball that's hit in the air to deep left field. Call to the track. He's on the first pitch of Game 5.
2 pitches later, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. homered. The first time a team has hit back-to-back home runs to start a World Series game, and that's all the offense Toronto needed, though they did score more. The Blue Jays beat the Dodgers in Los Angeles 6-1 on Fox, giving them a 3-2 series lead over the defending champions, and Game 6 will be tomorrow night in Toronto. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Thursday morning. It is now October 30th, 2025. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Heads up on the 7 o'clock hour. If you're driving around town, you want to check out on your phone or your office once you stop. 710 KURV live on YouTube and X and Facebook Live as well during the morning news. Show producer Fred Cruz, he makes all that possible. We got AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. I'm Sergio Sanchez. Appreciate you being with us. The city of Harlingen will use an interim city manager until early January. Our city manager in Harlingen, Gabriel Gonzalez, was scheduled to undergo a medical procedure earlier this month and turned out to be a pretty long procedure, so he will be sidelined till January 5th. The assistant city manager, Oscar Garcia, is going to serve as interim city manager for Harlingen. If you're headed to the beach, heads up. Seems that they have a very aggressive high tide. Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino ordered the temporary closure of several county beaches. The aggressive high tide produced undrivable land conditions, as the county office said. So the judge closed off the Boca Chica beach access, also beach access numbers 4, 5, and 6. It's 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. Dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa in Haiti. Volunteers from the U.S. headed in Jamaica, that is. Volunteers headed from the U.S. to Jamaica to help in the brutal aftermath of that killer storm.
The catastrophic Category 5 storm ripped ashore, taking lives and devastating power to hundreds of thousands. Convoy of Hope will now take with them supplies ranging from hygiene kits to clean drinking water. Ethan Forhetz with the organization says they will work to switch volunteers in and out.
Giving people a break after they've been there for a week or 2 weeks. We don't take, when it's an international response, we don't take a huge army of people.
But they do want to send an army of supplies. They plan to actively assist the people of Jamaica for several weeks to come.
The Food and Drug Administration is moving to streamline the approval process for some drugs.
Biological products are engineered with living cells, which makes manufacturing more complex than for chemically derived drugs. However, an agency draft of guidance for industry showed the changes could potentially make it faster and less costly for companies to develop biologics and bring them to market. That would lead to increased competition and lower drug costs for patients. The agency is proposing that human studies might not always be necessary to prove products are similar similar enough to an existing FDA-approved biologic, and the guidance will allow developers to rely on analytical testing to demonstrate product differences. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Russian President Vladimir Putin saying that Moscow has successfully tested a new nuclear-powered cruise missile. Putin said that the missile can pierce any defensive shield. And if you like sugar, well, today is your day. We're celebrating a Halloween staple. It's love and hate. Some people hate, some people love.
Consider today pregame to Halloween. It's National Candy Corn Day, and the only way to celebrate is to grab a bag of the tricolored sweet and dig in. And we've been doing just that since the 1880s. 80% of us like it, 31% eat the pointy end first, and Californians eat more than any other state. One kernel has 7 calories, so it's kind of a health food, but it is 90% sugar, so maybe not so healthy. I'm Bree Tennis.
So just eat one, I guess. It's 7:09. It is AccuWeather the time, and thank you to Dougie and all the gang over at Martin Farm and Ranch. Purina feed is the best. That's why Dougie at Martin Farm and Ranch carries it. Certified dealer for Purina feed is Martin Farm and Ranch. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Katerina is joining us. Yeah. Oh, he's eating candy corn. I can't see him on the right. So he's eating candy corn. Probably has a bowl of it right next to his desk.
It's a little Ziploc bag right now, but
okay. Yeah, they've got these the candy corn bags that have like chocolate tips to them.
That's the one I like. It's the autumn mix. It's got the pumpkins in it too.
Yes, I like that one. Yeah, I know it's all sugar, but
yeah, that's the one I got. You got some of the brown ones, some of the
Bite off the tip, the chocolate tip. It actually does taste like chocolate.
Yeah, those taste different than the white, yellow, and orange candy canes. Candy corns.
Okay, so Jason doing his part, celebrating National Candy Corn Day.
That's my day, finally.
There we go. We got plenty to celebrate. We got again temperatures low 80s for highs and overnight like in the 50s. Very
low and mid 40s right now out there is what I'm seeing on the map. I even see a couple upper 30s in spots right now.
Yeah, you're right. You got to go to range country, well north.
Yeah, down Santa Ana and then out at Russell Farms. They're both in the 30s.
All right. So we keep this trend in the 80s for highs well into the weekend. You said yesterday, right?
Yeah. Low and mid 80s today, tomorrow. Great day for trick or treating tomorrow. Saturday going to be a little warmer. That front is going to come through Saturday night for us. So that does have the opportunity to produce
reinforcement.
A couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm Saturday night, mainly later at night. And then, actually, we're going to scale it back even more as we head into Sunday, back to the upper 70s again.
Did computers update long-range forecast 7, 10, 15? Another strong cool front maybe in the mix for
all
a week and a half, 2 weeks
out 15 days. Let's see.
You're looking at temperatures. That's the right.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a good indication. Like, it's easy to tell. Like, it's going to be 88 this Saturday and then 78 Sunday. So obviously, there's something that causes that. So
AccuWeather.com, by the way, people. AccuWeather.com.
Low and mid 80s all next week, up near 90 Thursday, Friday.
Next week. Okay, late.
Into Saturday. I don't see a strong one for so that would be, let's see, Thursday. So 2 weeks. So around the 14th, it looks like there's another cool front that comes through. Okay. Otherwise, we'll hold in the mid and upper 80s. So it's not going to get oppressively hot or anything like that. Right. A few spots will hit 90s here or there, 90 here or there, but mostly mid and upper 80s for us for the next 2 weeks until just before my birthday, mid-month.
Okay, mid-month. Okay, just to get that, Freddie? Yeah. Oh, he kind of jabbed a little too hard on the rib on that one. Okay, so mid-month, Jason's birthday. What do you want for your birthday? Yeah, he was trying to be subtle about it, but he kind of walked into that elbow of his. So what do you want for your birthday? More candy corn?
Sure. I love candy corn. Actually, I'm about candy corn down. I've had like 2 or 3 big bags of that autumn mix thus far this fall. So
you wait till November 1st or 2nd when all the Halloween candy's like half off or something.
Oh yeah, I know. I think they're already starting to do it. I've been like seeing them move stuff around at the supermarket. But,
all right.
Hey, don't forget Saturday night. It's fallback time. Time to change your clock back Saturday night before you go to bed.
I go and extra. But don't boo it, Freddie. Freddie's booing on that.
Oh no, I totally.
Oh yes, you fall back. So I mean, and so instead
you do
of
get an hour's more of sleep, but
instead of your alarm
it's
sounding at 6 a.m, it actually, it's actually 5 a.m, so you get another hour's sleep. There you go. All right, pal. Thanks for checking in. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. And yes, temperatures upper 40s right now, 47 to 49 degrees across the valley. Heads up to UTRGV Vaquero fans, something to put on the calendar. September 4th, 2026. September 4th, 2026. We might be driving up to the Alamo Dome. In case you want to follow the Vaqueros, UTRGV versus UTSA. UTSA versus UTRGV, September 4th at the Alamo Dome. Here's a huge business note for Texas, a new pipeline project that is in the works connecting the West Coast to Texas.
The Western Gateway Pipeline will connect Texas oil refineries with California. Experts say this is a big deal because on the West Coast, refineries are shutting down.
So they need more product out there or the price is going to go up even higher than it already is.
Bruce Bullock at SMU's McGuire Energy Institute says at the same time, this will be a huge boost to Texas's oil and gas industry. The 1,300-mile pipeline is a joint project between two huge oil companies. Phillips 66 and Kinder Morgan are both based in Houston.
That's Michael Board with that report. And up next on the Valley's Morning News, I checked in with an old friend, Dale Murden from Texas Citrus Mutual. Lots of conversations taking place with local business, local growers, talking with folks up in D.C. since Mexico. They've got this chronic problem of delivering the water that is owed under a 1944 water sharing treaty from the Rio. So how about wrapping that treaty with USMCA as USMCA is getting a review? That possibility and an update to it's harvest time for Texas citrus. That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
Come into Genesis of Harlingen today and soak up the feeling of the dynamic yet elegant design and cutting-edge technology that makes up the amazing Genesis vehicle lineup. Visit today and choose from a great selection like a 2025 Genesis GV80 for $509 a month for 36 months. Come see where refined sophistication meets powerful innovation at Genesis of Harlingen at 8521 West Expressway 83 in Harlingen. Shop from the entire line of Genesis online at genesisofharlingen.com.
This is a fraud alert. It is a crime in Texas for a person to solicit an accident victim for purposes of legal representation. If you have not requested the call or personal visit, report this crime to the Texas Rangers.
Bumper to bumper information.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
News Talk 710 KURV is your only radio station in South Texas for Texas A&M football. The 8-0 Aggies, that's right, Freddie, right? 8-0 Aggies. They've got the weekend off, so they'll join us, Lord willing, a week from Saturday. Get all the play-by-play on 710 KURV. Made possible by Henka Sod and the Bert Ogden Auto Group. We're going to peel some oranges for breakfast and some delicious South Texas Ruby Reds as well. Dale Murden is general manager for Texas Citrus Mutual, and I called him in because, well, we still got some water issues with Mexico. But you know what? Let's start with our industry in South Texas. I know I guess it's a fraction of what it used to be decades ago in South Texas. In my opinion, and if you've ever tasted it, Valley oranges, in my opinion, the sweetest, most delicious oranges in all the nation. We just got a real sweet crop down here. Dale Murden, Texas Citrus Mutual, welcome back to the program. So let's do a status report. Take inventory. Más o menos, how many acres do we have out there? How many growers? You're a grower. You're the GM also for Texas Citrus Mutual. How many acres do we have in South Texas now compared to, I don't know, many years back when you got into the industry?
Yeah, many years back for me was right before the 1983 when we had, probably 40, 50, 60,000 acres of citrus. Right now, we're down to about 20,000 acres of citrus.
Okay.
And you talk about the sweet oranges and sweet grapefruit. That's a fact. Our bricks are better than anybody's.
Yeah. Why is it because we're at the closer to the mouth of the Rio down here, where all
Yeah,
minerals and sediment, everything,
yeah,
deposits.
the old subtropical thing. It's just our climate. It is what it is. We can grow some very sweet fruit.
How is all this growth in the area, all these suburbs, all these neighborhoods popping up, industry, the valley economy is growing by leaps and bounds. How is that affecting the acreage or growers surrendering that, selling some of that? We're seeing bit by bit a decline and some of the acreage out there for the industry.
Yeah, that's the challenge, growth. What have we got between our side of the border and Mexico's side of the border? Several million people down here now. Sergio, all you have to do is drive down Sherry Road to the old Sherry Mansion.
Yeah.
Basically, you could argue that's where the commercial industry started over 100 years ago. If you've been down there in the last, month or so, those groves are gone now.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Dale Merton with Texas Citrus Mutual, looking at our industry real quick. And of course, we'll deal with the Mexico water issue. Let me ask you something else about Mexico. Growing up, my dad, every holiday, he had extended family around China, Nuevo León, around Monterrey, orange orchards down there. How is the crop, the fruit in Mexico, any different from what we have here in deep South Texas? Because geographically speaking, it's very similar, but do they do things different just south of the border?
Well, they might have different growing techniques, but Sergio, overall, their crop's very, very similar to ours.
Yeah.
And therein is another part of the problem. It's the competition. They grow at the same time we grow, so they obviously want in on our market.
Yeah. Man, when families in the valley would go up north to La Pisca, right, go glean the fields and pick the fields, my dad would take us south into Mexico, into China, Nuevo León, and we'd be picking oranges down there for the tenant farmers. That was his family. It was a tenant farmer family.
Beautiful country.
Yeah, it was. Okay. So let's go back to the Mexican water issue. So they finished the 5-year cycle last Friday, and they finished with almost like 3 years worth of water deliveries they did not send. So
Yeah,
the hope is that maybe wrap up USMCA, NAFTA with the Mexican water treaty. So what do you hope happens over the next several months?
well, a couple things. We don't actually know the final number because of the government shutdown, and we're just shy of 900,000 acre feet that they owe us. So you're right. You're getting close to that 3 years worth of water, which citrus desperately needs because we don't want to turn into the sugar industry. Sugar was here over 50 years. Citrus has been over 100 years, and they're strangling us without the water. But what we are trying to do at the moment is tie the treaty into the USMCA. The USMCA is open right now for public comment, and for decades, as we've been fighting this, there's never been any teeth for noncompliance in this treaty. So we're trying to find ways to put some meaningful teeth into this, to where if they don't make a payment, there's a penalty, whether it's a tariff or whatever. So that's the current push right now, is to convince the lawmakers to tie the water treaty to the USMCA agreement.
Yeah. And with it, of course, triggers. If they don't deliver the water, then...
Yeah, the water comes from the state of Chihuahua, right? And all they have done with it over the last decades is grow their industry. Onion production down there is up over 300%. And I could go on and on and on about the different crops that they're increasing down in Chihuahua. At one point during the 5-year cycle, they had almost 4 million acre feet of water that they chose not to share.
Jeez.
So little things like that become big things for us.
They had Dale Merton from Texas Citrus Mutual. That is our orange and grapefruit industry of South Texas. They had a much better summer than we did here in South Texas. They got water right now, from what we hear. And, just a few months back, they were forced to, fork over from their plate some numbers to us. Well, how about we call Ted Cruz and John Cornyn and go visit President, Monica de la Cruz, and go visit President Trump, say, hey, they didn't deliver. Can you force them to surrender some of that water they're holding in northern Mexico as a result of a much better summer, a wetter summer for them than for us?
I'm going to say this about this particular administration. They've put more attention on this than anyone in the past.
Mm-hmm.
They have done things like get them to step up and make an immediate not an immediate, but a 300 and something thousand acre foot payment here within the last several months. What we need this administration to do, though, is keep the foot on the gas while they're negotiating cattle imports and NAFTA or USMCA and these other things. Let's just keep the foot on the gas until there's some finality to compliance for future administrations. Well, I think we got a shot with this one if we can get it done.
Should we pursue, like right now, that water they have, or are we going to just wait, see what we can do with USMCA? And
no, we've got to pursue it, or the industry's in trouble. We've had some severe droughts. I'm as dry going into the fall as I remember ever being where I'm located. It's serious, and a lot of people let their guard down. During the winter, it's the holidays, it's this, and for us, it's harvest. That fruit starts to get soft with these dry fronts. At some point, you're going to have to water just to keep the fruit firm on the tree so we can finish harvest. We start harvest late September, early October. We'll run into May. We've got to have some water to get through this harvest, not to mention in the future to plant.
Because of the low levels, we're at 26-ish%, I think, combined Amistad and Falcon right now, the U.S. ownership. Does that mean less allocations for the citrus farmers that are depending on those pipes to deliver some water? We're looking at less water next year for
all of irrigated agriculture, not just citrus, but all of irrigated agriculture. They're going to have to, like we've done in the past when we got down to the record 18%. While we're not there yet, I can see us getting right back there if something doesn't happen quick. And then you're worried about the cities.
What's the projected number? Millions of dollars or tonnage? What's the projected number for this harvest compared to last year?
So we look to be about the same as last year in inside industry estimates. You're talking about 7, maybe 8 million cartons of citrus. You're talking about a several $100 million value just in citrus alone. Not to mention the vegetable guys that can't plan to plant in the spring. And that's a big one right now. These guys are on hold. They know they don't have the water. So, I think there's over 50 different types of vegetables we grow down here. That's on hold.
Yeah. Dante Gagliazzi, we visit with him every now and then. I'm just on the citrus side, Dale Merton with Texas Citrus Mutual. If we had more water, would that have provided more fruit? Because I know it takes a while for all this to cycle into the buds and all that. So had we?
Yeah, no, yes, it would. Plus, we've got trees and greenhouses that we can't plant because we know we don't have the water. So the industry's kind of stalemated right now. Can't plant new trees. We're trying to keep fresh, good fruit on the tree. It's an ugly cycle when you can't plan.
You see any opportunity to maybe try to regrow the industry where you plant over a few more acres and wait 6, 7, 8 years for?
No, we've gotten it down to 4 or 5. We can plant trees and be in the game, and we've got good production on some 3-year-old trees.
Okay, so it's happening though. You're still.
Oh yeah, no, we are. We're just frustrated. In my own case, I can't replant my orchard because I'm in a water district that's really severely limited on water. So I can't even think about planting a tree.
And then, of course, you got the the Texas the citrus greening disease, and then
we've been combating that since 2012, and that's for us is if we can keep the tree healthy, we're still in the game.
Okay,
but to keep the tree healthy to be in the game, you got to have water.
Okay. Is it that bad of a problem? I remember we used to talk about this some years back a lot. About this greening disease. Is it manageable now? Have you been able to tamp down some of the new cases or what?
Manageable with a cost. We have more sprays for the citrus psyllid. We have more fertilizer for the trees. So it's manageable, but with a heavy cost. Our costs are way up there now.
It's harvest time for orange orchards and also for the grapefruit, right? Same time? Everything's...
Oh, yeah. We're going now.
10-4. And just top of mind, Dale, the revenue, the economic impact, employment impact right now at the peak harvest of the season, what would it be for?
Yeah, the economic impact of the state, you're talking several thousand jobs. You're talking $450 million industry. And we're trying to hang in there.
Yeah, there's job opportunities there. How about labor? Everybody's talking, well, we don't have enough labor, and we got these immigration raids and all that. So maybe that might be affecting some on the periphery. But what can you tell me about the situation of labor?
It can, and we've got a close eye on it, really close eye on it right now. The moment, we're only 2-3 weeks into harvest. Haven't heard of any problems yet, but got a long way to go. And then toward the end of our year, we start competing with ourselves with onion harvest. So labor really gets fragmented then. But labor's a problem. We've got to come to grips with the reality that our commodity is a tough one to not only to grow, but to harvest. It's still hand harvested. We haven't been able to mechanize that yet because we're a fresh fruit. So that complicates the ability for the Elon Musks of the world to teach us how to mechanically harvest. We still have hopes, though.
Yeah, he's working on robots. We'll probably send robots out to the fields.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, so what's next on the calendar as far as combining the 44 treaty water with the USMCA? You got any meetings, any chats in DC, or what? What's on your calendar related to that?
Always, but I tell you what people could do is get on the Federal Register right now, the period for public comments, and ask. That closes November the 1st, but it's open right now.
Okay.
And just ask that the treaty be combined into USMCA. That's something everybody could do. Compliance.
Thank you, Dale. We wish you the best, continued success. And I'd offer to go out there and help harvest some of that, but I'd get in trouble when my dad would take us to China, Nuevo Leon, for the orange orchards over there. Every fourth or fifth orange, I'd be eating it. So, yeah, I'd be eating into some of the profits. You'd probably fire me.
We wouldn't want you to fall off the ladder.
At my weight, I'd probably break some of those ladders. All right, Dale. You be well, brother. It's Dale Merton with Texas Citrus Mutual. The online broadcast is like TV, Freddie, right? It makes a gain, it makes you look like 10 pounds fatter, right? In my case, it's like 50 pounds fatter, right? This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. Happy Thursday. Sports up next on 710 KURV.
Introducing the newest destination for luxury in the Rio Grande Valley, the all-new Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen. Come visit Michael Fall, General Manager, today and discover the perfect blend of elegance and power in a new C300 sedan. Get yours with just 1.99% APR for 24 months at the all-new Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen, a new triumph of luxury, now open at their exceptional new state-of-the-art location at 8522 West Expressway 83 in Harlingen. We shop the competition so you don't have to. Dale gas.
Power, performance, and savings. The Coyote year-end clearance event is on now at Rivetta's Machinery in Donham. For more than 50 years and 3 generations, the Rivetta families proudly served the Rio Grande Valley, and today they continue that tradition with Coyote, the name trusted for power, reliability, and value. Right now, they're clearing out Coyote tractors, zero turns, utility vehicles, and compact construction equipment, all at incredible year-end savings. From the small but mighty 21 horsepower models all the way up to the brand new 140 horsepower Coyote HX 1402, they have the right machine for every job and every budget. And with financing as low as 0% interest and zero down payment with approved credit, there's never been a better time to join the Rivetta's family. Go see why generations of hardworking Texans choose Rivetta's for tractors, equipment, and service that go the distance. Visit them on Expressway 83 in Donna between Hutto and Valverde Roads. Rivetta's for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Walk right through the door. It's all here to explore. With guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Stay connected 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Log on to KURV.com or like us on Facebook. News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
I'm Jed Nelson with your Texas in the Morning Sports Report. The Houston Rockets offense shined as they defeated the Toronto Raptors last night 139-121. The first quarter was the highest scoring for Houston as they put up 39 points in the period, but Toronto wasn't far behind at 30. Houston continued to overtake the game in the second half, outscoring the Raptors in both quarters and out-rebounding throughout the game 53-22. Now the Rockets get a couple days off before staying on the road to face the Boston Celtics Saturday night. The Dallas Mavericks got a much-needed win last night as they defeated the Indiana Pacers in a close one, 107-105. Dallas broke the game open in the third quarter, outscoring it by 10 points. The top performer for Dallas would be Brandon Williams, who came off the bench and finished with 20 points and 7 rebounds. The game was a breakthrough for the Mavs bench as they finished with 64 points on the night. Now the Mavs leave home for the first time as they'll face the Detroit Pistons in Mexico City on Saturday. With your Texas in the Morning Sports Report, I'm Jet Nelson.
Rookie Trey Savage silenced L.A., tossed 7 innings of 1-run ball while striking out 12. The Blue Jays beat the Dodgers 6-1, now a win away from a World Series championship. Jays manager John Schneider says Savage was amazing.
Historic stuff. You know what I mean? When you talk about that stage and his numbers, kind of blown away at what he did.
Game 6 Friday in Toronto. Twins hired former Pirates manager Derek Shelton to be their new manager. NBA Bulls knocked off the Kings, improved to 4-0. Hawks clipped the Nets. Mavs held off the Pacers. Nuggets crushed the Pelicans. So Nets, Pacers, and Pelicans all remain winless to start the season. That's sports. I'm Ronta Moss.
AccuWeather says very nice. High should be in the low 80s today. Right now, it is 45 degrees at Starbase, Brownsville, 45, Port of Brownsville, 45. McAllen Mission, Edinburgh, 48 to 49. Harlingen chiming in at a cool, Harlingen, San Benito, cool 43, 44 degrees. Border Bridge wait times, 1 hour at the Gateway Bridge, headed back to Brownsville. That's the busy one. Everybody else about 10 minutes or less. And for the McAllen Mission, Edinburgh area, 35 to 40 minutes at the Anta Luis and Hidalgo Bridge. Same thing at the Far Bridge. Business news and a check of your money. President Trump coming back from Asia. 1-year deal with China and a much longer new trade deal with South Korea. Some of the business news of your morning next on the Valley's Morning News.
Hi there, my name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
Experience everything Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburgh has to offer. Service, selection, and quality. Indulge yourself with bold design and step into EV luxury and lease a new Cadillac Lyric. Now just $399 per month. More style, more innovation, more you. Make your move. Set yourself apart and discover a new standard of luxury ownership. Visit us online at BertOgdenCadillac.com or come in today to Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburgh. Official sponsor of UTRGV football. Dale gas!
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 and Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC. McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with your money now. Denmark's Novo Nordisk said it has made an unsolicited bid for U.S. drug maker Metsera after Pfizer in September made an offer for the company. Novo said it had offered $56.50 per share in cash for Metsera, while Pfizer last week said it would pay $47.50 per share in cash. President Trump and Chinese leader Xi Jinping have met face-to-face, emerging from what Trump called an amazing meeting with an immediate U.S. cut in tariffs on Chinese goods from 57% to 47%. The president said the U.S. is lowering tariffs on China in exchange for Beijing cracking down on the export of chemicals used to produce fentanyl. Google parent Alphabet said it is planning a significant increase in spending next year as it continues to invest in AI infrastructure to meet demand. The company reported its first $100 billion revenue quarter yesterday, beating Wall Street's expectations and Alphabet's third quarter. Futures are slightly lower. That's your money now.
Chipotle stock plummeting. It went down about 12% at one time yesterday. Third quarter in a row that they have reported soft sales and a soft forecast. Eli Lilly and Walmart working together, going to provide some of their weight loss drugs like Zepbound at Walmart. And Madonnas, McDonald's in the news, saying because of a penny shortage, some of these Madonnas, McDonald's restaurants will be rounding up or down to the nearest nickel. I'm waiting to see when people are going to put like free nickels at the gas station. You know, how they have like the penny little bowl, maybe like free nickels. That'll be the nickel's now the new penny, right? This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. AccuWeather says highs today, low 80s. Beautiful weather. And then tonight should be in the low to mid 50s. Right now, upper 40s, mid to upper 40s across South Texas. Join us online. Radio para mí. Download the free app. We got Fox News coming up in 2 minutes.
Tune in weekdays to hear the Brad Sham Dallas Cowboys Report.
Hi again, everyone. This is today's Dallas Cowboys Report. I'm Brad Sham.
Brad Sham, the voice of the Dallas Cowboys, will bring you a daily look inside the Dallas Cowboys with highlights, interviews, and key matchups. Catch up on all the latest news from America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. The Brad Sham Dallas Cowboys Report, brought to you by McAllen International Airport.
Save more with the #1 team in Texas, Burdock Buick GMC in Edinburgh. Take advantage of amazing savings and drive a new Sierra 1500 for just $199 a month. You heard right, just $199 a month. Plus, ask how you can make no payments for 90 days. We know who's #1. You, our valued customer. Come see Billy Kelly and his amazing team in Edinburgh today. We shop the competition so you don't have to. At the #1 team in Texas, Burdock Buick GMC in Edinburgh. Official sponsors of UTRGV football. GMC, we are professional grade.
If you're lucky enough to live in the Rio Grande Valley of Texas, there's a special place I want to tell you about. It's called Glick Twins. It's a gun store. Not just any gun store, a real gun store. The last of its kind. Family owned and operated since 1945. What makes a gun store? Well, it's hard to put your finger on it. But when you're in one, you know it. Come on down to Glick Twins. We're on Business 83 in Pharr. Get here. It's worth it.
Uber Eats is the presenting sponsor of Texas State Network High School Football. Delivering countdown to kickoff, the halftime report, and the scoreboard and wrap-up shows after the games. Get your game day game plan ready and download the Uber Eats app today. Order your favorite game day meals for delivery before or after the game. And when you use the promo code TXFootball2025, you'll get $20 off your first order of $40 or more. Expires 12/31/2025, 11:59 p.m. Central. Offer valid for up to $20 off your first order for delivery and pickup only. Order minimum of $40 before taxes and fees is required. Limited to one order per customer. New customers only. Taxes and fees still apply. You must apply the promo code in the app before completing your order. Cannot be combined. State of Texas only.
Digging, loading, transporting, or cleaning, Case G Series wheel loaders are built to run hard, not hot, day in and day out. With its impressive combination of features, including SCR engine technology, superior breakout force, unmatched fuel efficiency, best-in-class visibility, and state-of-the-art cab, the Case G Series is resetting the standard for overall productivity for the lowest total cost of operation. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by your local ASCO today.
Information to start your day.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
Thursday edition of the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. And we invite you to join us more often online, doing a lot of 710 KURV live on YouTube, X, Facebook, and of course, producer Joe and Freddie and Zach, they'll catapult to LinkedIn as well. Join us on LinkedIn more often and try to increase the eyeballs on that page. I'm Sergio Sanchez with show producer Fred Cruz, AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. News on 710 KURV is a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. President Trump striking deals with his counterpart from China today in South Korea.
President Trump said China has agreed to immediately purchase large quantities of soybeans, which is great news for American farmers. And Trump also said she is willing to curb the export of those harmful Chinese chemicals used to make fentanyl that has ravaged America's shores. As a result, American tariffs on China will be lowered.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson in South Korea. The deals still have to be formally signed. French police placing more suspects in custody in connection to the heist at the Louvre in Paris.
French authorities announcing today 5 more arrests in connection with that robbery, including one they call the prime or main suspect, maybe the ringleader.
Fox's Greg Palcott in London, and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent earlier telling Fox Business the shutdown is starting to eat into the U.S. economy. America's listening to Fox News.
Federal agents in Laredo made an arrest of a father and son accused of smuggling hundreds of guns into Mexico.
CBP officers found hidden compartments in 2 trailers packed with about 400 firearms, high-capacity magazines, and thousands of rounds of ammo. Investigators say the discovery came during a routine border inspection. The duo are now facing federal charges as Homeland Security looks into where those weapons were headed.
The federal government might be shut down, but emergency managers are meeting in the nation's capital right now on a project that they hope will draw bipartisan support when everybody goes back to work.
The emergency management director from Wise County, Texas, is one of about 24 from across the country pushing for Congress to pass the FEMA Act. Cody Powell says the measure would help different agencies work together and get help to disaster victims more quickly.
Those who have been impacted by a disaster often find themselves caught up in bureaucratic red tape of having to fill out paperwork, and that paperwork has the same information over and over and over again.
He says the measure would streamline that process and also let people track the status of different recovery projects.
It really adds accountability, not only the citizens, but local jurisdictions would be able to go to that dashboard and be able to see exactly where things are in the process.
He says local governments could also see a timeline for when things might get funding, saying this can take the politics out of the process to better take care of everybody.
Character AI is planning to ban children from talking with their AI chatbots starting next month.
The company will remove the ability for users under 18 years old to engage in open-ended conversations with AI by November 25th after growing scrutiny over how young users are interacting with the technology. However, Character AI did note that it plans to develop an under 18 experience, allowing teens to create videos, stories, and streams with its AI characters. Changes to the platform's accessibility also follows an FTC inquiry into AI chatbots in September, and the commission requested information from Character AI, OpenAI, and several other leading tech firms. I'm Matt Mattinson.
In Louisiana, Governor Jeff Landry criticizing a decision by Loyola University to deny official recognition to a proposed chapter of Turning Point USA. And Dr. Phil from TV. Dr. Phil losing his bid to file Chapter 11 bankruptcy over a failed multi-million-dollar deal between his defunct media company and Trinity Broadcasting Networks. Yeah, TBN, that Christian channel.
You can put a lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig.
A federal bankruptcy judge said yesterday that he wants the proceedings moved into Chapter 7 with assets sold to cover the debt. The judge also accused Phil McGraw of being evasive in the hearing. The ruling comes after the trial over the failed $500 million distribution deal where TBN, the world's largest Christian television broadcasting network, accused McGraw of misrepresenting what he had to offer in an attempt to fleece the company, something McGraw denied. I'm Michael Kastner.
This is the Valley's Morning News. This is Newstalk 710 KURV. And thank you for joining us on the radio. Appreciate you driving around town. Now, the best option now and into the future, especially with some of y'all have EV vehicles, you can do the Bluetooth thing and connect to the internet and connect to apps. Well, go look for the free app, Radio Para Mi, and find us in the menu. 710 KURV is at Radio Para Mi, and that way you can listen on your smartphone.
Spotlight on Your Health, brought to you by DHR Health.
From the Gastroenterology Institute at DHR Health. Our guest today is gastroenterologist Dr. Pratik Suresh Harney.
I see patients in the clinic, also perform procedures for them both in the outpatient center and in the hospital. They can be regular endoscopic procedures or complex endoscopic surgeries. I was trained by a person in Houston, Dr. Nirav Tosani, who's running the largest clinical trial on pancreatic cancer treatment endoscopically. And that's my vision for DHR. The greatest thing about DHR is that people make the place. That I truly believe that the people in this institution really are bent towards caring for people. Go the extra mile to take care of someone as if they were their own family member. That, I think, sets it apart from any other institution that I've worked with, apart from obviously performing cutting-edge endoscopic and gastroenterology needs. We perform every procedure that is known to gastroenterology here at DHR that you would provide at any other institution that I trained at. And combine that with our research team. Our research team, we currently have 7 trials that are ongoing with gastroenterology and liver diseases, which is very exciting, which is almost as any big center in the country would produce. And we're only growing. So me coming on board, I'm trying to make sure that the research team also picks up more ideas from what I do.
From the DHR Health Gastroenterology Institute, gastroenterologist Dr. Pratik Suresh Harney, DHR Health.
This has been Spotlight on Your Health, brought to you by DHR Health. For you, for life.
By now, you know the newest dealership in the Bert Ogden Auto Group, the all-new state-of-the-art BMW of FAR, is now open with an incredible selection of new BMWs to choose from and the same exceptional service you've come to know. Lease a BMW X3 today for just $569 a month with $49.99 due at signing. Come see why BMW has always been known as the ultimate driving machine. BMW of FAR, now open on the corner of Expressway 281 and Owasso in FAR. Come find your new BMW today.
Share us with your friends on Facebook at 710 KURV.
Your 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast. Plenty of sunshine for our Thursday afternoon. A beautiful day. The high of 81. North winds at 4 to 8 miles an hour. Clear tonight. Lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. East-southeast winds at 4 to 8 miles an hour. Plenty of sunshine Friday for Halloween. The high of 85. And partly sunny Saturday. The high of 88. Sunny, not as warm with lower humidity Sunday, a high 78. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
Gorgeous weather across South Texas, mid to upper 40s. Right now, news on 710 KURV, the service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. President Trump saying that he has reached a one-year deal with China on critical rare earth minerals and also lowered some tariffs. And China has opened up their market again for American soybeans to be sold in China. Search and rescue teams from various states are in Jamaica helping the island nation recover from a devastating Category 5 hurricane. 25 deaths so far and several folks that are missing. And if you're going to the beach in Cameron County, heads up, the judge had to close some beach access points because of a very aggressive high tide. Border Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. And let's get the latest numbers. If you're driving back to the McAllen, Mission, Edinburgh area, 35 to 40 minutes at all three bridges for the McAllen area. And it is 1 hour at Gateway. And that's the busy one. Everybody else about 10 minutes or less at last check. News Talk 710 KURV is your radio station in South Texas for Houston Texan football. The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
I'm Jed Nelson with your Texas in the Morning Sports Report. The Houston Rockets offense shined as they defeated the Toronto Raptors last night 139-121. The first quarter was the highest scoring for Houston as they put up 39 points in the period, but Toronto wasn't far behind at 30. Houston continued to overtake the game in the second half, outscoring the Raptors in both quarters and out-rebounding throughout the game 53-22. Now the Rockets get a couple days off before staying on the road to face the Boston Celtics Saturday night. The Dallas Mavericks got a much-needed win last night as they defeated the Indiana Pacers in a close one, 107-105. Dallas broke the game open in the third quarter out.
Summer is heating up, and so is our local economy. From sizzling business deals to community connections, News Talk 710 KURV and the Radiopotomy app are here to keep you in the know. Download the Radiopotomy app to stay informed and entertained. Whether it's local market updates, summer events, or the weather, we've got you covered. Support local, stay connected, and tune in to the pulse of Rio Grande Valley business. News Talk 710.